Hello and welcome to my Winter 2025 Southern Maryland 2-gun match video. I am mauserdude. I was competing in tack scope and I was running my Holosun 510C and a primary arms magnifier. I would usually use my LPVO for this kind of match, but I decided to try running a red dot magnifier and see how it goes. It's definitely much faster on the close-in stuff. And for the types of targets we have at medium distance, the red dot with a magnifier worked pretty well. And it's a flip aside to put the magnifier out of the way. I started off on stage 4 with squad 4. And this was one of the standard stage we had for the day. It was all rifle, and you'd engage in moving. It was 3 strings. Moving target, the first string, 6 rounds, then 6 rounds static on a second target, then 5 to body, 1 to the head on the last target, kind of stuck sideways. See me getting ready. And I go ahead and activate the swinger. Had some pretty positive comments about using the swingers with rifles. That's something you don't get to see a lot. And this was a pretty difficult, and this was also a limited stage, so you only got 6 shots at it. And I think the little hesitation there was I wasn't quite sure I used 6 rounds, but I think I got it right. And this is essentially a build drill with a rifle, and I kind of let her rip there, and I think it did pretty well there as far as points down. And the last one was tricky because it was a sideways target, and 5 to the body, 1 to the head. I had a couple people miss the headshot with height or bore. There's a lot of down 5s from that last target. This one came in 10th. It was down 11, mostly on the, I think it was down 10 on the mover. Stage 6 was over at the rifle range, and it was 4 knockdowns at 75 and 100, or 77 meters and 100 meters. Then you transition the pistol and do the same thing at 25 and 50-ish with the pistol. And it was an unloaded start, and you had to go on the table. Some people did it kneeling or sitting or whatever else. I just went prone. Took 3 shots there. Come over and gauge the other 2. And this is what I wanted to practice with the red dot magnifier. And then also took 3 shots, so that wasn't too bad. Clear the rifle, and you move over to the other side of the range. Draw and load, and it's kind of hard to see, but there are 2 plates out there. And I was using my Glock 19 with a light. This is my exact setup from the night match I shot a few weeks ago. Just kind of ran the same thing. Did pretty well on those. And here you had to go prone or kneeling. It was interesting with this. It was quite difficult. We had a couple guys burn through 3 mags and shoot a bunch of rounds. 2 people did pretty well. Transitioned to kneeling because they found the kneeling was actually easier to do than the prone, because it's kind of awkward. You're sitting on your elbows, and it's not a natural position you practice in. And the targets are far enough that you have to do everything right, and the Glock trigger doesn't help. You kind of have to get everything lined up perfect. I think I got the first one there, and you also have to kind of get your elevation. I got it on my last round, so that worked out pretty well. That stage I came in 12th with 97 seconds. Stage 1 was a fun stage, called it I think Hong Kong Fooey. You start in the front of the pit with the pistol, and you have to abandon it. All the targets get 3 on this stage, I think.
Okay. Now,
so you start with unloaded rifle and loaded pistol. And you have to retreat back to bay and engage targets as you see them kind of slicing the pie through some walls. There you see getting ready. And you abandon the pistol in that cone off to the side there. This is kind of fun. You knock that down, and I thought about going right for a second for some reason, and abandon the pistol and hustle back, slice the pie here, or load the rifle, kind of slice the pie. I would just opted to get out of the sling and just go shoot everything left-handed from here. And then I left my stupid magnifier on from the rifle stage. That cost me a few seconds. And then retreat back, make sure you keep pointing down range. And whoever, I designed the stage, but whoever set up the targets on this Elastre did a great job. The two targets in the back kind of blended in with the no shoot, because there are two targets behind that no shoot. And you can see me here, I'm trying to kind of look and see where the dividing line between the targets is. So that made this super hard. And did pretty well on, okay on that one. Came in 10th. Was down 11 points on that one. Not awful. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that stage. And I especially liked the last set of targets. Pit 2 had a double mover with rifle, and you had to engage some other targets first to get to those, and the movers were headshots only. So you load up the pistol, and you load up the rifle. For some reason I edited this. I didn't edit out the load and make readies. So you start with one hand on the activator, one hand on the rifle, and then you go. And you had to engage near to far, so you have to engage these targets first, and you had to keep your foot in contact with the start position. And there's no target left. And this was just doing the head somewhere. And we had a bunch of people re-engage these further down. And so show clear here, and then run up. And you get to choose where you wanted to transition a pistol, but at least one target had to be engaged with pistol. And I definitely remember being down one or something on one of those last targets, just going way too fast. I barely saw him. Stage 3 was quite interesting. I didn't realize this when I made it, but the most efficient way to shoot this was just to transition to pistol almost right away. And this was I transitioned to pistol right there, and in part because this lean is quite hard to do. And come around here, slice pie, and then you run up and engage these low targets. And I just did it one-handed, and that stage did awesome. That was my best stage of the day. Came in second, which is 4 points down. And the last stage was for us was stage 4, and I did not record all of it. My GoPro was having problems with the cold, and the battery kind of choked. So I just got the first string, and you can kind of see first string. This is a pistol only stage, another drill thing, and it was 6 on the one target and then 6 on the other, and it was a slide lock reload. We usually don't do pistol reloads in our 2-gun matches. And then it was essentially a bill drill and a 6 steel. I missed one of the steels, so that kind of sucked. That one I was down 12 with the missed steel penalty. And then you can see the performance for the day. You go 16th, 6th, 2nd, 18th, 10th, and 12th. I think the performance on the rifle stage helped a lot. I actually managed to come in 6th. It's one of my best showings ever. So that worked out really well. It was a fun day, and we only caught rain on the very last stage. And as always, thank you to Marilee, Gus, and Sprinkles, and happy anniversary to Marilee. She was very understanding about setting up the stages on the 14th on our anniversary. So I couldn't have done it without her. See you next time.